Hello, it's Diana Marchand from dianamarchand.com, and I'm here in the gym and I wanted to do this video for you about releasing limited beliefs. Now, if you're on my email list, I had sent out an email that you got today, whenever you're watching this, I don't know. and it was really about how to recognize what your limiting beliefs are. So I might do a video on that too. But anyways, this is just, I didn't do a video on the first part. So you want to recognize what your limiting beliefs are. Now, this video is going to help you go through 5 steps. And I got this from John Assaraf, if you follow him. A lot to do with getting rid of limiting beliefs and changing the state in your brain and reframing, things like that. So what he says, the 5 R's of releasing these limiting beliefs. Now, this is a process. So number 1, you want to recognize, of course, this is what I did in that email I sent out, recognize what is holding you back. So recognize what is holding you back. Think about what maybe some of the destructive beliefs, thoughts, habits, emotions, feelings are. So how you can recognize them is when you want to go do something. Let's say you have this goal, whether it's going to be I'm going to eat clean for a long time, I'm going to start to exercise often, I'm going to change my career, I'm going to try this, whatever it is. When you start thinking about it, when you do it, what beliefs, fears, things come up that stop you. Now, how you can know this is in a way is what I talked about in my email, is about when I go to start something with my business, let's say, or I'm working towards something, but I run into something that's hard for me to do, and it's usually something on the computer, some techie thing, I procrastinate. Why? Because when I begin to do that, something I can't do too well, what feelings, it brings up emotions and feelings in me and beliefs about myself. Like beliefs that I won't be able to do this, I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough, why can't I figure this out? Why is everybody else around me able to do this, but I can't? So all these limiting beliefs, emotions, and feelings come up. So that's how I recognize what my limiting beliefs and patterns are. Because when I go to do the action, there's a reason why I stop. There's a reason why I procrastinate. And when I go deeper, that's how I find out what my limiting beliefs are, right? So number 2, so first of all, you find out what they are. Number 2 is you respond instead of reacting. Now, we so often, I know I do. So when I start to do something on my computer, something that I find really hard, or I start writing copy, or try to write, which I find really hard, I walk away, right? It's something hard, and I need to switch. I need to go do something I like to do because I'm feeling all emotional. I'm feeling all anxious, right? So I notice that that's my reaction. Right away, I get up and I move away and I avoid doing it. So that's reacting. But what I need to do is more so respond. So I recognize that these uncomfortable feelings are coming up. I recognize that I'm about to walk away, procrastinate, stop doing something. And then I need to respond in a different way. So I know that this is happening. I'm conscious that I'm going to go through that old pattern behavior feeling again. I say, no, that's not how I want to react this time. I'm going to respond in a different way. So you want to take time to recognize that, yes, you are going through this. This is a pattern of yours, and you want to respond in a better way, in a way that you know you need to respond, by taking a breath, by saying, I can do this, by reframing, things like that. Number 3, so the number 3 is reframe. So when you have something come up, like I'm not good enough, I'm never going to be able to do this, I've never done it in the past, I've failed so many times before, what makes me think I can do it now? You need to take time to reframe that. So you take a belief and you reframe it in a better way, and often you add words, you change things around, right? So if your belief or limited feeling, one of them is, I'm not good enough, what you would say then, you'd write out a statement saying things like, in the past, I felt I was not good enough, but now I am committed to learn what I need to do to actually do this action or whatever it is. So you're committing, you're saying, I recognize that that's the way I felt in the past, but I'm not going to feel that way anymore. I know that if I continue with this, or I get help, or I get assistance, or I do whatever, I will learn this. It'll take time, but I am doing this. So that's what it is. And you continually say that phrase or have it in front of you so that when you hit that block or you hit that uncomfortable thing, you have your reframing phrase. Now, you may need to have a few phrases for various things that come up, but you're going to use that, rewrite it, have it there for you, say it over and over and over again. right? So whether it's a thought, a feeling, an emotion that's coming up, or words that you use that are destructive to you, you need to reframe that. Because what you think over and over again, what you say over and over again, the words you use over and over again create reality. So you need to reframe and change the words, thoughts, beliefs, patterns, and habits that you have continually said in the past. You don't need to follow those anymore. You can reframe them. Let me just say. So also what Anthony Robbins says is you need to change your state. And that's kind of like, so you can reframe your thoughts, your beliefs, your habits. But Anthony Robbins also says sometimes you need to get up, move your body. Like shake it out, move up, jump up and down. Like reframe yourself, change your state. Find something that's going to put you in a better mood. Tell yourself over and over again, I'm in a happy mood, I can do this. Jump around, move around. That's what Anthony Robbins believes is changing your state before you get into doing something again that you used to find difficult. Remember, this time you're going to work through it. And then number 4 is release. So you're going to release. So now that you're kind of conscious of what those beliefs are, those patterns, those emotions, those habits, you're going to now release them. And this is kind of ongoing. Believe me, it's ongoing. I do it all the time. And you can sit and you can breathe and you can relax and you can talk. Like I usually say, I release this feeling of fear. I release it. I don't need it anymore. I let it go. And you can take some deep breaths, and as you exhale, focus on releasing that, letting it go, letting that emotion go, letting that pattern go, letting that habit go. And now I've done this, and I have literally said a sentence like, I released this is for about an hour or more when I was really anxious and worried about something. I just continually, that means you can still go about your day, you can still do things, but say it in your head or say it out loud over and over and over again. Take deep breath and actually feel yourself releasing it. Allow yourself to only think of releasing it. Get away from the feeling of panic, frustration, whatever it is. Focus on release and how good it feels to release it. And then number 5 is retrain. And that's what you do when you go through those previous steps. So he says that each day take at least 5 minutes, write down in the morning, maybe write down a limiting belief or emotion you want to work on and go through the steps that we talked about, right? So you're going to recognize what that is. You're going to respond in a different way because you're going to feel what comes up and respond in a different way. You're going to reframe thought, feeling, action, words, whatever. Write it down, a reframing statement, which also could include changing your state, right? Decide what you do with that. You're going to number 4, release it. So say your releasing statement or just breathing, releasing, feeling, you're releasing that emotion, feeling, habit, or whatever from your body. And also each day, imagine where you want to be. So whatever you're working towards it being, sit for a few moments. I do this while I'm driving. It's a good time to do it when you're driving. Feel, visualize, see yourself in that place where you want to be. See it as if you are there already and focus on that. Even if you have to pretend, like kids do, pretend that you are there, that you're that type of a person already. What would you feel like? What would you be like? What would you be wearing? How would you talk? How would you look? Who would your friends be? All of those things. So you're going to play a little bit of make-believe every day. And I do that when I'm driving because that's the perfect time to do that. Anyways, I hope these tips helped you, and make sure to join my Facebook community, Women Creating Healthy Lives with Passion and Purpose. Okay, great. Take care. Bye-bye.